Like, what made you start up this event known as Ballin' for Peace?
Ballin' for Peace came from the whole Mike Brown and Eric Gardner situation. I saw like a lot of violence going on, and like senseless violence. Like it was a weird time. Like 5 years ago, it was like weird. Like, you know, police choking dudes out and like, yo,
it was a lot.
What's going on? And then nothing happened.
Getting worse too.
Yeah, it is getting worse.
It's insane.
Shout out to my DR friends, but I'm not about to go to DR. It's clipped for that.
Nah, you know what's crazy? I was dead supposed to go there for my vacation that I had in Cancun.
It was a blessing.
But I'm glad I ain't go there because they're expensive.
No, like
they mad expensive.
And they're really wilding. I think they're trying to prove a point.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Have the hair.
Like, yo, you come here, you about to get murked. That's it. Like, that's it.
So we ain't going there.
I'm not. I'm def not going.
I'm not going. Sorry.
So I'm over there in a hotel in Cancun, the Rio de Mar. That's what it's called. You feel me? I'm over there, feet cocked up, chilling, pina colada again. I was on that pina colada.
Now I'm gonna say you've been drinking a lot of pina colada.
And then I'm hearing this on the news.
Yeah.
I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to feel?
Yeah.
You know, I'm away right now. You got guys coming up to you with drinks like, hey, papi, take this. I'm like, yo, how the hell, what am I supposed to feel?
To take this.
You know what I'm saying? As soon as we get in the hotel, hey, papi, you know?
That's funny.
I'm like, yo, can I put my luggage upstairs first?
Well, me working in sports, I would have brushed it off.
I'm going to bring that up in a second because this is exactly why I wanted to bring it up. I'm going to touch on you in a second. But real quick, what I think about it is, listen, man, what else was he saying? She said, can we switch gears? The brother said we can switch gears. Why are we acting like he, you know, come on, like, really?
Because I'm going to be honest, society is very sensitive.
It is sensitive. It is. But he's a comedian at the same time.
Head over to YouTube and make sure you subscribe to The Real Lil TV for more videos to come. Also, in order to receive more updates, go over to Instagram and follow What's Your Grind Like at WYGL_podcast on the gram. And for business inquiries, please DM us what your grind is going to be.
All right, y'all. We are back for another episode of What's Your Grind Like, episode 3 on this July 4th special. We give our unique takes on the hottest and juicy topics going on in the news right now. Obviously, my two guests, Mel and Jen, is not in the building today, but we got a special guest, Rebecca from the Burnt Out Podcast.
Hey,
back in the building.
What's up?
So last week we did a collaboration last week. The video hasn't dropped yet. We're looking to get that video out soon.
Talk about what happened last week with that.
So last week we had a few issues with the recording of the video. So we're going to get the video out very soon. So right now this is a little, I guess, preview before the next episode, even though this is the after episode. But so when you do see the episode, you're going to see what we did last week and the conversations that we had talking about relationships and our BET Awards recap and stuff like that. But today's a brand new episode. I'm just about ready to get into the show right now.
Yeah, me too. We got a lot to talk about.
We got a lot. And you know, in this hip-hop culture community, there's always stuff to talk about.
Yeah, because everything is always happening. It's so, like, weird sitting, like, on this side of the table. Because I'm always right here.
You're always right here, and I'm always right there. Like, facts. But we switching it up today. So I'm going to start it off talking about Chris Brown.
All right.
This brother has been in the news lately.
Obviously,
yeah, and I mean, he's always been in the news, but
yeah, when Chris Brown like do shit, like
he really be in the news.
Yeah, like he really like feel me, like everybody talking about that shit. Wake up in the morning and be talking about him. Like what? Why y'all talking about this?
Yeah. So I want to start off with the positives, because when Chris Brown, you know, obviously he always has that negative cloud around him, but he also does a lot of things that are we're talking about that are positive. So one of the positive things I want to talk about is his album that he dropped, Indigo, which dropped on the 30th. I want to know your opinions on that album.
All right, so I listened to, like, I skimmed around because I listened to his last album, all 48 songs. I'm like, yeah, I'm never doing this again. But I skipped around. I listened to like the songs with the stars on them, and then I listened to a couple songs that didn't have them because there be some gems and shit, and feel me, that don't be like starred or whatever. But overall, I feel like it was like the same Chris Brown, but a new like
Newer version of him.
yeah, newer version. Cause it was like some shit. I was just like, it kind of was like the I think it was the song Indigo when he's like, "That's my baby, she woke." Like, what are you talking about? Like woke? Chris Brown? Like what? Like so, it was definitely like a new Chris Brown. So I'm kind of like excited to see what his future music and his future projects are gonna look like. Cause like this album felt more like a transition from what he's been putting out into what he wants to put out, which I think could be good.
See, you know, we were dealing with Chris Brown. You know, obviously, this guy's to me is one of the most underrated like performers out here.
I don't think he's
And it's-
underrated.
I think he's underrated in the sense that yes, we all know about Chris Brown. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody know about Chris Brown. But to me, he's underrated when it comes to the most talented people that we ever seen. I feel like he doesn't get the love and respect,
Yeah.
especially because of the stuff that we all know that transpired in his years prior to this. Is the reason why he can't always get mentioned with the Michael Jacksons of the world.
But I feel like that's more on big media, big corporation, big brother, the gatekeepers. I feel like that's more on them than it is on us. And I say that because like you look at acts like Usher, like Usher should be up there with Chris Brown, Beyonce too. When you really think about it, Usher is mad talented. Feel me?
Hell yeah. Usher in his prime.
I
Nobody
feel
was
like
stopping him.
and the only shit that ever happened with Usher is fucking he got herpes. So it's like, feel me, Chris Brown, like his situation obviously was so big, like was much bigger. But I feel like his situation is more like he does not get what he deserves, like as far as like endorsements, money, venues. Like he obviously he gets big things, but I feel like it could be on a much bigger scale like that of a Beyonce. But I feel like that's more on the corporation and behind the scenes than it is on everybody else, because everybody do bring up like what happened in his past, and I don't think it's right because he was a little boy, but I think that's more on the other side than it is on this side.
I think people do too, because I know people like, you know, that they know about Michael Jackson. I'm targeting the older folks here that when they hear about Chris Brown, they don't really, you know, this cat ain't nowhere near better than Michael Jackson, which is true. But at the same time, they don't know about him on that scale.
But they
of a
say that
Michael
about
Jackson.
everyone.
You feel me?
Like you like older people.
I think people like Miguel more than they like Chris Brown. Honestly, like
Because
get more
Miguel
pussy,
is
'cause he could-
unproblematic.
and he could like get that demographic of
But then again-
older and younger at the same time. Chris
But-
Brown don't hit on that older demographic.
But I feel like that's more because of the music Miguel makes. Like, let's be real. Miguel make music that your auntie and your uncle gonna like. Your uncle gonna say, "Oh yeah, that guy's smooth. He remind me of da da da." Like Miguel takes older people back to like, feel me? Like they make them like it. Miguel is one of those artists that he's like a Bruno Mars. Like he makes people feel as if like, you know, the shit they was listening to back in the day is not whack. Like he make your parents feel like they still got it.
Yeah.
So I think it's more that Chris Brown don't make music like that, and I feel like if he did, he'd get the same thing, and he don't have to. Like he make music for the generation he's a part of, which is fine. But even like the song he do got with Miguel, what's that song called? I think it's called some shit. I forgot. I like it though. He got a song with Miguel and Future. And like my mother loved that song, but that's because it's a Miguel song featuring Chris Brown and Future.
So-
because Miguel take you back to them times.
So I got a
It's
question
that
for you.
vibe.
I got a question for you. With that being said, because guys like Bruno Mars and Miguel can attend to the older folks in the older demographic in which they were there when R&B was at its prime, does that make them the king of R&B?
No.
Other than Chris Brown, who
No.
just could attend to this generation.
Because I feel like when it comes to like the whole king of R&B stuff, I feel like
And it's not Jacquees. Y'all need to stop that.
it's not
bullshit.
Jacquees.
It's not that dude.
But
at all.
he did have a point. Like he's not the king of R&B, but what he was saying is right. You can only be the king of what generation you're a part of. So Chris Brown is not the king of R&B forever overall. Like, he can't be. He wasn't even born when R&B started, but he is the king of R&B for this generation. I don't think that's left up to older people to decide.
Facts. And I mean, with this album, I mean, it pretty much signifies that this brother is the king of R&B. I mean, when I look at this album, you feel me? Like, I didn't like Heartbreak on the Full Moon like that.
Yeah.
I thought it was too long. I mean, this was long, but obviously 45 songs. I'm not going to sit
48.
there and 48.
Yeah, and then he dropped the deluxe version.
You feel me? I'm
after.
still
That was
finishing up that
52.
album, and he dropped another 30-something album. You know what I mean? I'm like, can we finish? Like, we haven't digested that album yet. And to me, like, when I listen to this album, though, I would say it's one of his best projects. I felt like it had a mixture of a lot. Like, it was more of the R&B love stuff, but it was like newer. It felt newer to me. You know what I'm saying? It felt like that old Chris Brown. Like, it felt like a newer. Like, it wasn't like his pop days when he had the pop songs like on a Fame.
It's
and Fortune
different.
album. But it wasn't like the love songs like on the X album. It was just like a different type of like album. Like, that was hard to like come out. That's why when people like, yo, you know how they compare albums, you feel me? They're like, oh, which album is this like? It's like no album that he
it's
did.
not.
It's
and that's
different.
what I was kind of saying earlier. Like, the sound, it sounds more like, because there were like some of the familiar like sounds from like albums before. Like there were songs on there that sounded like songs from other albums, but with a new approach. So like, this album is like something different. Like, it's totally something different. It's not like any other albums, but it still has the same themes, which is why I said it's like, yo, I feel like it's a transition. Like, this was a good project, but I feel like I'm more excited for his next project because I seen what he did with this one. The last album, I kind of was just like, Chris Brown, you just threw these songs out because you wanted some money. like this.
I mean, there was some good songs on that album, but it wasn't
No,
like
they definitely.
this.
Well, I mean, 48 songs. One of them is gonna bang.
Yeah, facts.
like you could be the most trashiest nigga in the world if you drop an album with 48 songs,
and one of them is
gonna sound good.
Yeah, but
After listening to 48 songs,
I'm not gonna lie. Like, the first like 7-8 songs on this album to me was just back-to-back hits.
Yeah.
I feel like later on in the album, it
There
kind of
was-
lost steam a little bit. But then you have a one song in that bunch of the second half of the album where I'm like, oh shit, like this.
How did you feel about did you listen to the song that he has with Trey Songz?
Yeah, I did, but I only
Sexy.
listened to it once
I
because
didn't it.
I'm like, yo, all right. So when you dealing with a 32 track album, I listened to that album in full once. You feel me? From 1 to 32. Then I'm like, yo, I'm not doing that again. So what I do is I pick the songs that I liked before, and when I listen to the album again, I'm only gonna listen to those songs.
Yeah.
So the songs that I said I was only gonna listen to those songs was Indigo, that one, what else? Back to Love, obviously. I already knew
Back
that
to
song.
Love was a
That's-
good
That's my
song.
song
That
right
was a
there.
good song.
That to me, that's the more Michael Jackson like in the whole album.
Emerald and Burgundy, the song he got with
Yeah,
Juvenile. That was
I
a
like
good
that song too. The one with her, I like that song too. The one with Tyga, I like
Him
that
and
one.
Tyga always make good
Yeah, they
music
always
together,
make good. They
though.
dropped that album a long time ago. That Fan of a Fan album.
Yeah.
You feel me? I didn't like the album like that. I did.
I
but
didn't like it.
I felt like it was too much of the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like partying
Because
and
him and like Chris Brown, like Tyga is like the rapping Chris Brown.
yeah.
As
And
far
he
as
sing now. He
sign-
sing now.
Yeah, as far as sound,
Yeah.
not anything else. Like, feel me? Not
I
as
get
far
what
as
you're saying
art,
on
but
that.
like as far as sound, like they complement each other because when Chris Brown rap, he sound like how Tyga rap, and when Tyga rap, he just sound like Tyga. Now that singing shit with him, he got some songs where he was singing a little bit, and I'm like, okay, this was
King of
enough.
the Jungle. I be lying, I be lying. I'm like,
But I did not like what was it called? Kyoto.
yeah.
I did not like that album, and I did not like the visuals
Facts.
that came with it.
That was a lot of there was a few controversies on that album based on the cover and stuff like that.
But people gotta realize, like, you know something, like, and I guess like this brings us into what we about to talk about with Chris Brown. I feel like people drag it because like looking at Tyga, you wouldn't know he's half Asian, but like he is. So like y'all just can't say what the fuck y'all want to people because y'all think they're one thing when they're not. Like, feel me? Did you see, that's like with fucking earlier. Did you see the shit where the girl commented under Dave East's picture and she was like, "So you don't like black girls either?"
Facts,
He's like,
facts.
"I'm Colombian." Like y'all think y'all know these people because of what y'all see, and then it's like, now you look dumb. He did get a lot of controversy with that album cover and the whole theme around it, but he's Asian, so if he's doing it, like, feel me, it's not from a ignorant place. Especially because his mom is the Asian parent, and that's who raised him. So, like, it's not coming from an ignorant place. Speaking of ignorance.
But we gotta talk about this Chris Brown controversy. But before I do, I would say my favorite song on the album is Red. That's my favorite song on the album.
What one was that?
That's the one where it had like they seemed like they was going to space. Remember with the 5-4, it was like astronauts in space, and he started singing. To me, that was my favorite song on the album. Right there.
I didn't really listen to it. I think I was up moving around. Like, I heard the countdown, and I was like, what the fuck?
See, it's hard when you have a 30. See, to me, what Chris Brown need to do is like break that album up or something. You feel me? Like that whole like 30, 40 track. Like, nah, like, you feel me? We live in a generation where dudes, like, they gonna scroll and they ain't gonna pay attention.
I
you know what
got
I'm saying?
2 theories.
That's a 2-hour album, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even listen to a 2-hour Michael Jackson album.
Yeah.
That's my favorite artist of all time.
I got like 2 little like things why I think he be dropping these old albums. One is because I think he's trying to get his Michael Jackson on. Because remember when Michael Jackson died, there was a lot of his unreleased music, and there was a lot of controversy because people were like, how do y'all know he wanted y'all to hear this? Like, he was a perfectionist. Obviously, he didn't want people to hear this. So I think Chris Brown is kind of like, I'm gonna put all this shit out before when I die. Like, niggas put the shit out for me, feel me? Like, I'ma just do this shit myself. Y'all like it? Y'all don't? Y'all, cause he just bought, he owns all his masters now.
Yeah,
So it's like, I feel like it's one of those things where he just trying to get ahead. Cause he know he's Chris Brown, so y'all gonna listen to a 32 album from Chris Brown. Whether y'all listen to every song or not, y'all gonna listen to it regardless. Feel me?
But why
The
not,
other
like,
reason
break up
is
that
he's
album?
on crack. Like, that is crackhead energy. Like,
Yo, I'm weak. So why
he
not
probably
break
made that album
album
in 2 hours.
Why not break that album into like 2 albums? You feel me? Like, I understand, like, cause you did bring up a good point. Like, the brother owned his masters, and we all know, like, one of your masters, you a target. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna say like on no conspiracy-ness, but you almost like you're there. You feel me? So like,
That's
you don't know what
money.
happened with people that own their masters. You feel me? They all end up having a seizure or something and then
And
dying.
that's
So
corp money.
You
Like,
feel me?
them
Yeah.
album sales and
Yeah.
shit,
That's a lot of
corporation
money. Exactly.
That's whoever he was signed to. He just took all their money.
He's getting all
basically.
that, you feel me?
He's getting all of that. So
And-
yeah, that is like a target.
Yeah, so basically, so I understand like you want to get out the music, but my brother, you could like, I don't know, like volume 1, volume 2, you feel me, like something like that. You feel me, like an Indigo volume 1.
But
Indigo
you gotta think about it, like, you gotta go through promotion, you gotta
That's
go through interviews, you gotta promote the album right, you have to have the right promotion, because you know when celebrities promote shit, they don't just like promote it like, oh, click this link. Sometimes they do, but like when they have big projects, they don't just, oh, click this link, oh, support my this. Like, they have a rollout, like they have symbolism, they have this, especially with Chris Brown, feel me?
Oh, yeah.
Because his I want to say Fame and Fortune, and what's the other 2 that go together? Because he has
Yeah, Fame, yeah, Fortune. He had something else. You talking about the one after Fortune?
no, like he has like this, because like I love Chris Brown. He has like this like all his albums like inter-universally, like his albums are essentially like a Marvel's universe. Like, they all connect and don't connect at the same time. Like, certain universes connect to this universe, and that's how that connect to this universe, but this universe don't connect to this one, but this universe in it connects the 2 of them. He has like this weird, like, that's what his albums like, which is why his videos are the way they are. You notice all his videos happen in the same dystopia, utopia,
Yeah.
whichever one you want to call it. So with him, he's one of those artists where he's not just gonna promote something like, oh, this is my album. He's gonna have a big rollout. Like, the name of the album is Indigo. Like, he had purple hair with the blah blah. Feel me? Like,
And the purple background and all
yeah,
that.
like, he does a rollout. Even when you look at his Instagram or like Black Pyramid, all the stuff he's been posting has been purple. It's been indigo. Like, that's intentional. So artists like Chris Brown, he's gonna spend money on promotion. He's gonna spend money on this. So you're gonna sit there and drop a volume 1, volume 2, like that's mad bread and it's mad time when I could just do it the lazy way.
Like,
y'all
guys,
fuck
like,
with it still.
me, I'm not listening to a 30-track album straight through. Like, I'm just not. Like, me personally. So I know a lot of people are not listening to 30-something songs in 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? That's like a lot to take in. You feel me? Like, yeah, you beloved by your fans and all that, but a 2-hour album, like, you know, I feel like he could have shown it, saved some of the music to another album.
And it's different strokes for different folks. Cause like Chris Brown, he got a core fan base that's built up of enough people who are really gonna listen to the 32 songs where it don't
Fair
matter.
enough.
Now, if you somebody like who's like a smaller R&B or Jacquees cannot
Who's
drop no
not the king
32
of R&B.
album.
Hell
he
no.
can't drop a 32. Like he has a fan base. Like there are people who go hard for Jacquees, but there's not enough of them for them to listen to a 32 song album. Period.
I don't know. I just felt like he should have cut that down. But you
let's-
feel me? His album doing good anyways right
Yeah,
now. Right now, his thing is ranked number 1 on the Hot 200. So the brother out here
I mean,
doing
it's
his
hard
thing.
not to be that hot 200 when everybody's talking about one song from your album.
That's a whole nother topic. What you think about the No Guidance song? Because I think they just shot the video.
Oh, I didn't see the video.
No, they ain't
not
release
out
it.
yet?
They
Oh.
just shot it in Miami or something.
I
like that.
like it. And like for one, it's a song that had to grow on me. I like it.
too.
But I just feel like we waited 10 years for this. Like I feel like the song could have been like I feel like it should have been more. Like it should have been more because it's like I had beef for mad long. Chris Brown and Drake are the 2 biggest artists of this generation, whether or not you think so. They are. And it's just like, damn, like this song should have like I just wanted more from it. Like when Chris Brown did fucking Loyal with Tyga and Lil Wayne, the song was big. Like it was everywhere. And No Guidance is getting played, but it's not everywhere. Even fucking
I mean, it's doing good on the numbers wise
Nah,
on the
it
charts.
is, but because they're both huge artists. But I'm saying like it don't got like No Guidance don't have like the same impact I would have thought it would. Like I thought like it would have just like I don't know, like I thought it was gonna be more, like it was gonna be bigger than like cause you know once in a while you had those songs that become bigger than the song. So I thought it was gonna be one of those things, but it wasn't, which I guess is fine. Not everything has to be big, but I do really like the song, and I do hope that they make more music together.
Oh yeah, they should. Like you just said,
they sounded really good.
They did sound good, and they one of the best of the generation. You feel me? So yeah, I need to hear more music from the 2 of them because they do.
And I'm
do
glad
good
they
music.
squashed their beef because they was
Facts.
beefing
Even
for mad long.
even though they was at separate tables at the party after, alright, so they both went to an after party after they shot the video, and they were both at separate tables. But you know, basically what they
'Cause,
said
like,
was like
yeah.
there were too many people or whatever, and they got a separate time.
But not only that, but like if you beef with a nigga for 10 years and like y'all are both
Yeah,
the
that's-
biggest artists,
Y'all not gonna just come
y'all not
together
gonna be
and then
cool,
hold
like,
hands and sing
I don't,
like.
yeah, I don't.
It takes time, you feel me?
and
Like,
I
it take
don't-
time.
Based
Like-
off of Drake personality and Chris personality, I wouldn't see them being cool.
Like, you just a
off
friendly,
anything
like, you feel me?
besides music.
It's friendly, take a couple pictures, yo, what's good,
Yeah.
chop it up. Cause I have people that I work with that I don't hang out with. Like, you
Yeah,
feel me? I
yeah.
just like, you know, dap them up and keep it moving. You feel me? We got some business to handle.
I feel like
and
with
handle the
celebrities,
business.
people just drag it. Like people want they want to see certain things that aren't always real. And Drake and Chris Brown personalities like don't mix. Drake like to hang out in his mansion and get drunk and go to basketball games when he's on his and go and work out when he's on his off time. Fucking Chris Brown likes to smoke weed and snort
Party.
coke on
And
his
party.
on his off time.
And,
So
he,
it's,
and party at that too.
yeah, so like they just like they were never gonna be friends, even if they didn't have beef.
So let's talk about Chris Brown and the controversy that's taking place after his song with Jonah Lucas, I Need a Stack. There's
That
a line.
was Jonah Lucas on that song.
Yeah, it was Jonah Lucas
He
on that song. It
finally
was a good song
sounded
too.
good. It was
I like.
a good
It was a
song.
good song
When
too.
I listened to it, I
They
was
go
like,
good
I
together
actually
as
like
well.
this.
Yeah.
I don't like Jonah Lucas.
You don't like
So
Joyner
when I
Lucas?
hear him on Chris Brown songs, it's one of them things like, you could put somebody else on it.
Nah, I like him. I think they work good together.
Nah, I feel like Joyner Lucas is way
Like
he's a
Stranger
nigga that
Things?
get too much hype for no fucking reason.
That dude could spit. I mean,
Like when people be like he's underrated, I'm like, no, you're fucking bugging.
nah, I think he's under. He's right at the cusp. Like he could get a little bit more respect. I do feel because the brother, like he's not like one of the
He's
mumble
not a
rappers.
respectable person.
He's not a mumble rapper. You feel me? Like he actually
And
can
if
rap.
you like, all right, he actually could rap, but if you
I respect
fucking
that.
throw,
In this
but
day-
bro, if you threw Joyner Lucas, not even in the fucking 90s, if you threw him in the 2000s, he would not there be no Joyner Lucas. He only get respect because niggas don't rap no more. He don't get respect because he could really spit. It's because niggas don't rap.
He
no
could
more.
spit, but at the same time, like
His bars
he's
is
actually
basic.
all right. Like he's not bad. You feel me? It's not like nothing that's going like, oh wow, like it's alright. It's here
His bars is basic.
compared to like all these other dudes that's out here singing in their lines and stuff like that. And people they make one good record and they say they the best artist in the world. Like they garbage.
Damn, you going in on Jacquees.
Nah, it's not even only Jacquees. Like there's a lot of rappers out here like that's going like that's trash.
His bars is basic. I feel like he like
Nah, to me he's alright.
his videos. Some of them I do fuck with some of his visuals.
Like the
but
shit
some
that
of
he
them
just
is
dropped when he was
some
in the
of his-
funeral home or
No, that
whatever.
was too much. That's what's getting
That
to.
was too much?
That was too much.
That was power.
One-
That's what I needed to hear.
one-
Speak the facts.
No, one
Speak your
like
facts.
I feel like that's too much though. Like you gonna say like take all these niggas and bring back Michael Jackson. We don't live in
Yeah.
that era no more, bro. What's sad is like Michael Jackson. I'm not gonna say Michael Jackson because Michael Jackson definitely would have transcended this era. I feel like any era you put him in, he transcends.
Exactly. Everybody
let
know
me-
about Michael
Who was
Jackson.
somebody else he put in that video?
He put a lot of people in the
Yeah.
video. He put like man. He put Nipsey. He put
Yeah, all right. I'm not even gonna say Nipsey because Nipsey was in this generation. But for you to say, take these whack niggas from this generation and bring these old niggas back,
I totally agree.
A lot of these, I don't agree with that because one, it wouldn't have the same connection. Like they're like I
the only
sense that
reason-
you're somebody with an old spirit, so of course you would agree with that
The-
because you probably like music
the only reason why people like what they getting right now is because they have no choice because they getting it right now.
No.
You feel me? Just like
because
how
there are artists like
just like how
Rowdy
Randy-
Rich, like Little Baby, like all right,
If
fucking
you-
like the baby,
that's
like
all they hearing right now.
Kodak
so they gonna
Black,
like.
all of them. I'm gonna take the
They
baby out
all
that
gonna
list.
like. They all gonna like what they hearing.
Little
First of all,
baby, Rowdy Rich, Kodak Black. They are all super spiritual in their music. The shit they talk about is real shit. The melodies they use, the melodicness in their voice that they use is real shit. So for Joyner Lucas to say, cause those the niggas he talking about. Like
I commend
probably
the brother
not
for doing that.
directly, but those the niggas he talking about. For him to say take these niggas and bring these niggas back, no, like that they wouldn't connect. And I feel like if you brought those artists to this generation, they'd be trash. They wouldn't be able to stand with these artists.
Nah.
Not because they're trash, but because the shit they were talking about relate to
you know how
their
much people
generation.
still listen to Mary J. Blige.
Yeah,
you know how much
of course,
people
'cause Mary J.
still listen to
Blige-
like other people.
But
It's because
it's nothing
these
wrong
dudes
with
right
that.
now they don't know nothing about history. I know dudes that don't even know when rap was created or where it was created. These dudes, if they knew the foundation, and they sat here and listened
because
to other
they
people,
had to.
if they sat here and listened to other people. And compared now, they would definitely say hip hop was better back then. Like the golden era,
But
nobody was touching it.
all of that is true and all, but there's a difference between like Mary J. Blige, Faith Evans, Little Kim, Biggie, Diddy, and all of them. They paid homage because hip hop was just becoming like the moneymaker. Like when Bad Boy and all of them, like when Biggie, Tupac, when all of that was happening, that's when niggas really started getting paid off of hip hop. KRS-One, fucking damn, what's that rap group that made that song that everybody know? I think it was like the first rap song to go on Billboard. It's that song dun 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 dun. It's the song that they play at all the fucking cookouts.
You talking about rap? It's not Rapper's Delight. I forgot what song you talking
But
about.
it's some song. I damn. If I hadn't known we was gonna talk like this, I would have came with my notes. Cause I'm a hip hop head. Feel
Nah,
me?
nah,
But
I
KRS-One,
see what you're
all of
saying.
these older niggas,
But those dudes were
they was-
better. Like the music
they were-
sound
but
better.
This is what I'm
You cannot
saying.
tell me that the
When
music
you
back
are
then.
a pioneer of something, you are the best because you created
Music.
it. But the thing is, the people that came after that, slowly but slowly, they take it and they add their own flavor. Bad
Right.
Boy, I feel like was the last gen. I would, matter of fact, I see even say Young Money. Young Money was the last generation of artists.
This
that-
mumble
that
rap,
were-
this
that
mumble,
were
whatever you call this
before
rap right
mumble
now,
rap.
that shit ain't working for me. That shit ain't working.
You
I
gotta
just
let
don't.
me know, but you gotta
I
let-
just don't. I
but
can't bangs with it.
You
for
don't
somebody,
have to bang with it,
so
but,
for somebody
I
that
feel like you can't just come and be like,
So-
yo, this shit is whack because
he
it's-
can do that because that's how he feel. He's
All
rapping
right,
how
you-
he feel.
yeah, but but the thing is, I feel like everything is generational. Like I feel like I hate when people compare shit from from the last generation to this one.
But that's what people do though.
But yeah,
That's
they're
what people-
gonna do it. But I hate when people do that because it's just one of those things. People from different generations relate to different shit because they have different problems. So that's cool if you feel shit from the older generation because that don't make them problems not real. But you cannot just be like resurrect all these niggas from the dead because these niggas is trash because they're not trash because there are people who actually relate to them. There are not people listening to them because there's no good
Me,
artists.
I like that. I
'Cause
like
the
where
reason
he's
why
coming
people-
from.
The
You
reason
feel
why
me?
Joyner Lucas is
'Cause
not up is
also-
because people don't relate to him.
Al-
If he was
also,
relatable,
when you think about
niggas
it-
will fuck with him. It don't matter how real he is.
When you think about it, like he's actually, to me, rap is rap. Like to me, when I think of rap, I'm thinking about bars. You feel me? Like you can't make a poem without rhyming. You feel me? You can't rap without rhyming. You feel me? But at the same time, it gotta make sense. Like I got so spoiled being a hip hop historian to the fact where I can distance and I could tell was good shit and was dumb shit and terrible shit. You feel me? Like some people are just raised into this generation. All they know is what they're hearing right now.
But my
They
thing
don't
is,
know
like-
nothing about the past. That's why they accept what they get right now. But that doesn't mean that it's better than what was before. So if somebody come out
But
and
that's what I'm
say,
saying.
take all these cats out, bring these dudes back, that's because that's how he feel. I'm gonna start with my Real Lil blog for the week, which will go up on the Real Fans Will Talk website later on in the week. And you know what? Since it's the 4th of July, I said to myself, I'm gonna give it a little flavor. This blog that I just made today is called the Knicks Declaration of Independence. Ladies and gentlemen, since this is the 4th of July, I think as a Knicks fan, we need to declare our independence from this brother named James Dolan. This owner has been ruining stuff for many years now in the Knicks franchise, and it's evident he's a key reason why we are not landing big-time free agents. We had the best odds to land Zion Williamson through the draft lottery. We striked out. We had a chance to get a marquee free agent in Kevin Durant, who has been tied to the Knicks all year long. The talk was, it's not a matter of if, but when Kevin Durant will come to New York. The brother never showed up. And his buddy Kyrie Irving never showed up. We didn't even land Kemba Walker.
He's what's wrong with this the black community.
So this brother Chris Brown is facing controversy again because of, the comments on the song "I'ma Need a Stack" with the which she don't like Joyner Lucas, the trash Joyner
Which
Lucas.
is why he's so
Right.
much more of a hypocrite. This is y'all black king
You feel
on
me?
a song with a nigga talking about only like black bitches with nice hair. And Joyner Lucas and Chris Brown is cool.
They very
So
cool.
he
They're very
heard that.
cool.
They probably was in the studio together when
That's
Chris
very
Brown
cool.
said that. If Joyner Lucas was this woke king that y'all like to make him as, he could have
Kendrick
told
Lamar
him.
made a song about shooting people. You know what I'm saying? And he's Kendrick
I'm
Lamar.
just saying.
We could go all in all about these
But
dudes. You feel
Kendrick
me?
Lamar
Now, let's
never
get to the-
said
let's get
that
to the-
he,
let's
feel
get to-
me?
Let's get to this.
Yeah,
though.
let's get to this.
Let's get to this. So I want to know your opinion on it because a lot of people is just making it, a big thing. I mean, this is a 32-track song. There was more worse things said on this
Yeah.
album than what
Period.
that was.
Yeah.
I could have named 5 things that was worse than that, but they pointed out that line. To me, I don't know why people are
Yeah.
getting offended for because when it's vice versa, it seems to be no
I feel
issue.
like
I want to know
with
your thoughts.
my thoughts on the situation, all right, I'm going to just flat out say this. I feel like the cancel culture and the fake outrage culture is bullshit because Chris Brown has said way worse things. He said, I only like black bitches with nice hair. Feel me? And I do think what he said, I feel like what he said was wrong. I'm not excusing him, but I feel like everyone getting mad about this specific
What is nice hair?
song is
What
all right.
is nice hair?
Now, this is what I'm gonna get into. Historically, in the black community, he said black bitches. He didn't say bitches. He said black bitches specifically. In the black community, it has been programmed into our minds that nice hair is anything of a 3C, a fucking a 3A, anything that is not nappy, anything that is not, coarse and kinky, anything that is a 3C hair type of curly or whatever. That is what black people since slavery has drilled into their minds is nice hair, which is what Chris Brown meant. I see a lot of people saying, oh, how do y'all know Chris Brown meant that? How y'all know Chris Brown just didn't mean a nice hairstyle? Because Chris Brown is fucking ignorant. How do I know Chris Brown is fucking ignorant? Because Chris Brown has said things like Chris Brown, he has nice hair. He said, I have nice hair because I am not fully black. He said these things in interviews. Like, this is on the internet. I'm not making this up. Like y'all can watch these interviews. It was on the Breakfast Club. He said this on 2 Breakfast Club interviews, that he has nice hair because he's not fully black. So that's what he meant. So save the, oh, y'all don't know what he really meant bullshit. Nice hair could mean anything. Now, the real facts is the word nice hair means healthy hair. Nice hair is healthy hair. Any hair that grows healthily is nice hair. But the stigma around the word nice hair pertaining the black community means anything that's not nappy. So he was wrong
What if he wasn't talking about? I'm gonna just play devil's advocate here, right?
Okay.
What if he was talking about, girls with wigs? Because a
He
lot
wasn't, though.
of girls, they be ODing. You can't lie about that. You feel me? I don't care, like that. Whatever. If I'm not in it, if I'm not like, I'm a boy, so I'm not gonna criticize what a girl does or how a girl treats her body, whatever. Me, I can have an opinion on it from an outsider's perspective, but I'm not gonna sit there and I don't want nobody doing the same thing to me. But I can have an opinion that I keep to myself on it. And since I have a voice to talk about, I would say, a lot of the stuff y'all be wearing, I mean, the hair be coming down here, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's
But
just,
what's wrong with that?
you feel me? And a lot of guys don't like that.
But
feel
if
me?
you don't like
A lot
that,
of
then that's
guys.
your preference. You
You
don't
feel
have
me?
to date me.
So maybe that's why he's saying that. Me, like I said, I don't care. Like,
Yeah,
you feel me?
I didn't care. Like, feel me? Like, he's allowed to have his preference. My problem with this situation is, why is everyone so surprised? Like, Chris Brown has said in mad songs he only likes girls with real hair. Like, Chris Brown has established his type. He's told y'all his type. So I don't know why people are getting upset. Chris Brown only likes women with natural 3C hair that look like Karrueche. Like, it's not much to it. Like, that's it. That's his preference. That's his type.
And
people are fake upset for no reason.
That's exactly
It doesn't make
facts.
it right,
And
because it doesn't make it right, though. It does not make what he's saying right. It does not belittle anyone. But
I would disagree with you to a certain extent. And the reason why is because,
what makes it okay for someone to say that?
Nah, I'm not saying I didn't like what he said.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that he gets paid to say what he says. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example,
All
he
right,
gets the
all
platform
right.
to say those things because people still going to listen. And the same people that he talking about is the ones that's going to be singing that song.
But although I do feel
So-
like when you are someone of a Chris Brown, your influence can be taken so many different ways. So what
Yeah,
you
of
put
course.
out is what people are gonna perpetrate.
And
so
that's
if Chris
why,
Brown,
and that's a whole nother topic for another
Yeah.
day, because that's why I feel as a society, as a consumer, we need to demonstrate the differences of partying and bopping to a song than actually doing what the person is saying.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. A guy like Chris Brown, he can basically do anything he wants.
Yeah.
Almost anything that he wants. You feel me? Like, he can say what he want to say in his bars because he gets paid to do it. That doesn't
Yeah.
make it like, all right, that don't make it morally right. You feel me? But at the end of the day, you know, it's something that, you know, he can't go to jail for. You feel me? So he making his music banned from because of this. Who knows
Nobody
in the
is
age-
not gonna ban
but
him
because
for
of the
saying
money
that.
that he's making. You feel me? Like they won't do that. So what I'm saying is he had an opinion that I you know, I don't, you know, everybody can disagree or agree with it. I wouldn't go that route, but that's what he said, and you know, people still gonna bump his music, you know, and that's just what it is. You feel me?
Yeah, I just don't get why everyone was mad. Like this, like he said, not
Like-
only that, but like what you said earlier, like that song was called I Need a Stack. Do y'all not realize in the song he was saying, he was talking about strippers? Like he's basically saying like, yo, like from the name of the song is Need a Stack. And in the song, he's basically saying like a girl, like I don't need $1, I don't want $5, I don't want 10, I want 20. You gotta blow a bag on me, nigga. That's more degrading than saying I only like black bitches with nice hair. I feel like if niggas was outraged with the song as a whole, it would have been a different conversation. And even still, I would have been like, this is bullshit because he got mad degrading songs. But I just feel like it was just like, God, I feel like it was
the
a
media
drag.
just like biggering at Chris Brown because you know
I wouldn't even say the media. Black people like to pick and choose.
nah, it's not even that because people mess with Chris Brown.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like Chris Brown got
But
a lot
I
of
only
fans.
see black people getting upset.
It's more like, you know, I feel like it's more. You see, this is another topic for that. I don't want to bring too many subtopics and we don't talk about what we gotta talk about. But it's like, I feel like it's sensitivity.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
It's
true.
sensitive.
And there
Everybody
are
is
certain
sensitive.
trigger words now
Everybody
that
is so sensitive.
Yeah.
Like everybody want to feel accepted. They don't want to feel like, you know, dehumanized or anything. Everybody just
Rightfully
instead
so,
of
though.
like you, all right, you engage in a product, right, and you know when you're dealing with a certain product, what's going to come out of that product. Instead of you just like, all right, because you choose to listen to that product, knowing what you might hear, instead of you hear it and you just, you know, just listen to it as a consumer and move on,
Yeah.
you take offense to it. You feel me? Like, you know what it is. You feel me? You already know what you sign up for. You feel me? So that's basically what it is. Everybody is sensitive. We live in a sensitive generation. So that's why to me this is gaining more
But
publicity. Because if
rightfully
we talk
so,
about
though.
shooting somebody, basically like, oh, I'm a clip a dude, that don't get no love. Like, you
Yeah.
feel me? Ain't nobody gonna talk about that. But it's because it's something dedicated to a certain demographic in the generation where everybody is sensitive is why that's gaining that
Not
publicity.
only that, but you gotta remember most of Chris Brown's fans are women. So of course they gonna hear that like, fuck you mean Chris Brown. But I just feel like I don't know, like it was just one of them situations like I wasn't offended. I could see why someone would be offended, and I'm not defending him. But I feel like as a society and as a culture, y'all have to be consistent. And I don't agree with cancel culture. Like y'all just like there are certain people that you shouldn't stream, you shouldn't listen to no more because they're horrible people who don't put money in their pockets. Like fucking R. Kelly. Like R. Kelly, I agree with that. Feel me? Like there's still some people who will not separate R. Kelly from his music. That's fine. But I agree with the R. Kelly shit because it's just like he's a fucking nasty, horrible person. I don't agree with canceling fucking Chris Brown because of shit he's been saying. Like he been saying stuff like this for mad. Like boy, when did that song I Beat It Up? When did that come out?
That came out like a couple
Like
years ago.
2010, 2011. He said in that song he was staring at a black bitch here, like staring at this black bitch weave like it's trying to grow. Nobody ain't get tight about that. Feel me? So I feel like as a community, like yo, if we're gonna set out these things like you can't say this is offensive, this is that, we have to be consistent. And I feel like that was the most like I feel like that was probably like, I'm not gonna say nice, but that was like the least offensive line out of everything Chris Brown has said pertaining to hair. Feel me? Like,
And there's more issues going on right now as Tokyo Vanity came out with a video about, you know, the colorism aspect of the situation, in which Chris Brown only had a section that was allowed for white girls and light-skinned girls and no dark-skinned girls. So what you feel about that?
now with that, all I'm gonna say is like, y'all surprised again? Like I mean, Tokyo Vanity said it herself. She said it because it's like y'all surprised. Like, when have you ever seen Chris Brown date a dark skinned woman?
Now,
When have
I'm
you
about to
ever
bring
seen
that up.
Chris
Rihanna,
Brown?
Karrueche, the girl that he
And like
so
the only
dating now.
Rihanna was the only black girl I ever seen Chris Brown with. And like let's keep
But she
it
was
funky
light-skinned,
black.
though.
Exactly. Let's keep it funky black community. Rihanna is a fucking light skinned black girl with green eyes. Like she's not the black. When you hear the word black girl, you don't think of Rihanna. Like you would think of like a regular brown skin. You think somebody like Kelly Rowland. You would think of somebody like Tierra Whack. Feel me? Like let's be real. Like when you say black girl, you're not thinking of fucking Rihanna. You've never seen Chris Brown with even when he did that song fucking Melanin Magic with Remy Ma and Juju. I'm like, why do y'all got Chris Brown singing a song called Melanin Magic? Like Chris Brown, like he's never like actually like as of recently. And I was telling my sister this. Like I wonder how much he fucked with the casting director on the Wobble Up song because it was actually a lot of dark skinned women in that song. Chris Brown, I ain't never seen Chris Brown with any even fucking what's that song? Excuse Me, Miss with the
black
Erica Mena was in that video when she's a little girl. Erica Mena is Spanish and some other shit. Like Chris Brown is never even like.
I guess the girl from Run It was dark skinned a little bit.
Yeah, all right.
The girl.
I don't think he was casted.
That was mad long ago. That was like 2005.
Yeah, and not only that, but Chris Brown's mother is a light skinned woman. Like, and men usually date women that remind them of their mother. Everybody know Chris Brown love his mama. Everybody know Chris Brown love his sister, who's another light skinned woman. So I don't know why. Like, why is it surprising? Like, he has his preference. Like, he likes what kind of girls he likes. It might make you feel insecure because it's like, damn, like, no God like black girls. And I get it. Like, feel me? Like, we face this shit every day. It doesn't make it okay. I wish things were different. But at this point, like, I just feel like black women, like, we got to stop asking for these guys to accept us because they're not. Like, we just got to do our own thing and fuck with the dudes that do.
Exactly. And I do agree with that. You feel
but
me?
He is a colorist. That don't make it
right.
Yeah,
he's a colorist. And I totally agree with that. You feel me? I feel like... Listen, to me, once you black, you black. Me, I hate this light skin, dark skin talk. The only reason why I brought it up because it's news or whatever. But to me, you black, you Chinese, you speak Chinese, you don't. But
this shit has been drilled into us, and it's kind of like, and I feel like with social media, like it's a good and a bad thing because social media brought light to a lot of situations that people didn't know about. Because like I didn't even know colorism was a real thing until like 2012, and I don't think anyone there's no articles. I didn't know about that either. Yeah, there's actually no articles. I want to say past probably like the 90s that even have the word colorism in it. So like this is a fairly new thing. So I just feel like social media, like it's a good and bad thing because it has brought light to a lot of situations that need to be talked about. But I also feel like it's taking away people's choice. Now, one thing I do want to say about the preference thing, because a lot of people are like, why can't dudes have preferences?
I mean, girls.
The reason why I feel like people go harder on men when they talk about their preferences is because of the simple fact, especially like with black men. And Chris Brown didn't do this. And I actually want to point this out. Chris Brown has never, like, when Chris Brown degrade women, he degrade all women. Chris Brown has never said, I like mixed girls because black girls are too ratchet. Like, Chris Brown has never degraded women. So I feel like a lot of this hate he's getting is unwarranted because Chris Brown has never degraded someone to uplift somebody else. I even was listening to fucking today because I listen to a lot of Chris Brown music, just like trying to build up my points. And even today I was listening to fucking Loyal. In the first verse he says something about a white bitch that's a gold digger. Next one he says something about a black bitch that's a gold digger. And I think what he said about the white girl was more degrading than what he said about the black girl. So in Chris Brown's situation, he is not one of those black men who degrade. I don't know if he does it behind closed doors, but from what I've seen publicly, he's not one of those black men that degrade black women to uplift other women. But women go after guys for their preference because a lot of black men do degrade black women to uplift
I would
other
say
women.
this. To me, women gonna have their preferences regardless of guys were a certain way or not. That's just me. That's my personal opinion.
People gonna have preference regardless.
People gonna have
preference.
Because
I have preference, but I don't like. I don't see women say, I only date such
But
and such a kind of guy because X, Y, Z.
I would throw this logical. I mean, then again, yeah. But when you think about it, right? I would say this, and I hope this don't offend nobody, but it's factual. I really feel like, and I'm gonna include a lot of people in this, right? It's not only girls, it's guys too, because I do see guys do that as I think about it. But a lot of people, girls and guys, have this big imagination when it comes to these celebrities, and it's almost like it's like, yo, whose imagination is bigger? Like kids, 5-year-old thinking about toys and stuff flying all over the room, or is it these guys and girls when it comes to these celebrities, like commenting under their pictures, and almost when they say something that's against them, they're like, oh my
Yeah.
God, no, not him, not C Breezy, no.
Yeah.
But it's like,
You just gotta, but
You feel me? Like,
I was telling my little sister this.
it's an imagination. They don't want you.
I was telling my little sister this the other day. With people like Chris Brown, like everyone grew up with him. So Chris Brown saying I don't like black girls is kind of like your crush from middle school that you love so
Yeah,
much,
you
which
feel
don't
me?
make it right. Like I get what you're saying, but it's like I love
That's
you
because
so
you
much. That's
stop
what
imaginating.
trigger people.
Stop imaginating.
Yeah. You are
You feel
right
me?
though. Celebrities do.
Me,
this
I like
stuff.
Rihanna. Rihanna can hit my DMs any day, and I like any girl. It don't gotta be Rihanna. I'm not playing the license game either, because it could have been a dog skin. I don't care who you are, but Rihanna is a girl that I like. But I know I could differentiate imagination with just like she fine or whatever. Because I know at the end of the day, ain't no way Rihanna hitting my DMs. You feel
She
me?
might one day.
You know, if I
When
blow
he get
up,
famous.
I feel Lord give me
When he
hope. You
get
feel
famous,
me?
you never
Back to the
know. When
Obama
he get
days.
the
Keep hope
bag.
alive. You feel me? But hey. But anyway, that wraps up this show.
Cause I know I'm a Mary Tory Lanez.
She's calling it, y'all. She calling it his
Let me
red
stop.
hairlines. Anyway, that's another episode of the What's Your Grind Like podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
up
no
here.
doubt. You feel me?
It's good to be back again.
Facts. Hopefully we get these next videos out. The last video that we did before this one, we get that out soon too as well.
Yes.
And you got your radio
Yes,
show.
the Burnout Podcast, which is quoted here at Street Media, up here at the label for me. So, yeah, that should be coming out real soon. So, me and AJ's episode should be up soon, and then our episode with What's Your Grind Like should be up.
And what's your
shortly.
Instagram for the podcast?
Our podcast Instagram is burnout.pod. So, y'all can follow us there. And then y'all can follow me personally on Instagram at Rebecca.Shelby.
And follow us at WYGL_podcast for more What's Your Grind Like podcast updates. Subscribe to the channel. And ladies and gentlemen, have a happy 4th of July. Great episode. Until next time.
All right, good night.
What's up, y'all? We would like to thank you guys for tuning into this week's What's Your Grind Like podcast. Head over to YouTube and make sure you subscribe to The Real Lil TV for more videos to come. Also, in order to receive more updates, go over to Instagram and follow What's Your Grind Like at WYGL_podcast on the gram. And for business inquiries, please DM us what your grind is going to be. Stay tuned for guest appearances and juicy topics that will be coming to you weekly.